Hey guys, welcome back to another raid video. We're going to take a look at the Void Epic Seer in preparation for this account giveaway. So while this giveaway is still going on, I will put a video at the end of this. That way you can go to it to see the rules behind the giveaway of this account. So Seer is probably one of the best dungeon clearers in the game, as well as a really hard nuker in the arena. So I know we have the 3x3 arena coming out this week. And, we're going to be looking for, additional champions for our group 2s and the group 3s that normally maybe we don't use. And Seer is a fantastic option if you have her to put her in one of those slots. Okay, so Seer's S1 is going to attack one enemy and have a 15% chance to grant an extra turn. I mean, this is okay skill 1. It's really not what we're using her for, but it is an okay skill 1. It's not horrible. So for her skill 2, we're going to place a 30% increased crit rate on all your allies, as well as a 25% weaken on all your enemies. So her skill 3 is really what makes her the best dungeon clearer in the game, as well as a really hard arena nuker. So if you read here, it removes all buffs from all allies and all enemies, and she's going to attack all your enemies. So this damage is based on the number of buffs removed. So all of your buffs and the enemies, the number of those is going to increase the damage of this AoE attack. And one really good thing that we always look for in skills is damage is based on enemy max HP. So it's going to increase with the amount of buffs that are removed, as well as the max HP of the enemy. So when you're talking about bosses and you talk about, high level faction wars and stuff, it's going to do an insane amount of damage, as well as arena, because in arena, if you have buffs and they have buffs, it's going to hit really hard. It's going to hit really hard, and you can use her for a nuker in arena. So along with all that stuff, she also has a 50% chance to place a sleep debuff on all your enemies. So that 50% chance is going to increase by 5% for each buff removed. So, it's pretty easy to really get 100% on this. If you remove enough buffs, you're going to get really close to that 100%. That way, not only you're doing a lot of damage and removing their buffs, but as well as you're going to place a sleep debuff on them as well. And then lastly, she has an ally resist in all battles by 40. Really, that's not what we're looking for in her. We want this skill 3. This skill 3 is the foundation of the Seer and really what makes her just a phenomenal and really fun champion. So for the gear here, really you want to focus on trying to get your crit rate to 100%, a lot of crit damage, and then try to crank up your accuracy. That way you can remove those buffs as well to increase your damage. Speed wise, it's going to just depend on what you're using her for and what speed you have in your teams. So I'll quickly go through these. I'm actually not sure. I'm not sure what this account has for all this, but it's a decently built Seer. I do like it. So she does have crit damage, gloves there, HP chest, and speed boots. More crit damage, and then we got accuracy. So look at total stats here. So we got over 100% crit rate, very good crit damage, and honestly, if you're using her for arena, you probably want to crank up this accuracy. That way you ensure that you're going to remove their buffs as well and just get extra damage as well. So for the masteries, this account doesn't have the masteries fully booked out yet, but I will kind of walk through some of these. So instead of this here, I would probably go ahead and get increased speed, as well as, this is probably really important, so inflict 8% damage for the first time you hit an enemy. So when you're talking about nuking down like a wave or arena, you want any extra damage that you can get. So I would go ahead and get this. You're going to want to get this because hopefully she has full HP and she can beat everyone to get that 5% extra damage. And then let's see here, definitely you want to go ahead and get the crit damage, as well as you want to get the 6% here, because generally they're going to have higher max HP than you. And let's see here, you can increase this as well. This isn't a bad one to get if you have something else to get there. And then instead of getting this accuracy, I would probably go ahead and get Evil Eye. That way, you know, we decrease the turn meter when we hit them. It's gonna be good for you know, waves and for arena. And yeah, so I think that's probably what I'd focus on, getting the Evil Eye, crit damage there, and then those different masteries that have that extra damage built in them for when you meet those criteria. So that's really going to drive that skill 3 damage up quite a bit. So let's quickly run her through arena. Just one here, looks like I have 1 token, just to see, you know, what she's capable of in the arena. You know, this account right now, I'm trying to drive it back up because they took the defense out and drove it all the way down to like bronze. So I'm trying to get back to gold 4, but we should get an idea here of just the damage that Seer can do. So I think in this comp here, Arbiter is going to speed everyone up. We're gonna get some buffs here. We're gonna get some debuffs. They might actually put up some buffs as well, depending on their speed. And then hopefully we can go ahead and remove all buffs in the arena, and then do a lot of damage to hopefully nuke them down. So we'll see how it goes here. We'll put it on auto. I don't want to manual this. So let's see if he takes a turn here. No, he didn't take a turn, but still does a lot of damage. So 141,000. It would have been more damage, obviously, if, you know, they had more hit points, and if he put up the buffs as well. So, you know, a Seer can be just a fantastic, you know, wave clear in the dungeons, but don't forget about her in the arena, because if you're like me for that 3x3, you're going to be kind of running short on champions to use and different compositions, and this might be a good option. This might be a good option for you. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll talk to you guys later.